that. Okay. Yeah, 2 shots of vodka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's true. Oh, we Sandra Leeing this? Is that what that is? Sandra Leeing? Who's Sandra Lee? I'm not saying that's what it needed, but I'll be damned if that ain't fucking delightful. Hold on. Hold on. Little. No, that's not going to work. This ice machine is very oddly placed. All right, there we go. I wanted a bit more. Come on. What is happening today with this ice machine, guys? All I ask for is world peace, love, and understanding, legalized weed, and a crushed ice machine that won't fuck with me every morning. Okay? I don't feel like that's too much to ask. Kidding. Fucking first world problems. Sandra Lee had a cooking show on Food Network. She always made a cocktail that was booze. Oh, that was okay. So that's who we're talking about. The glug 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 glug. Gotcha. There we go. Now we're talking. All right. It's fucking time here. Oh, baby, it's time. Guys, I've been working on this ciabatta recipe for a week. That's a long time. No, it's not that long. But I've been trying to get it narrowed down or like kind of nailed down. This is a relatively quick recipe. Like you could make this 3.5 hours with it not really being a constant thing for you to be working on. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna be hovering over this recipe. You're just gonna be checking in on it. Oh, actually, that's what I wanted to do differently. There we go. Rack down on the base of the oven. Go from there. Get her hands a little wet. Now, this recipe is enough for like 6 good rolls. So this is what we're gonna do, okay? Divide this in half. And then from there, we're gonna just eyeball it. Probably gonna take a little bit more off of this one, put it with that. From there, we're just gonna form them up, okay? Now, keeping your hands just a little bit damp, okay? You're getting them wet and then like, you know, just kind of draining them off there, splashing all that shit off. Ooh. You know, when you don't really drink a lot anymore, that's delicious. I'll bet you. Hold on. We love drunk Aunt Sandy. So she would, I mean, really? How long did that show on Food Network last? I'm always curious about that kind of stuff. Like, people's short-lived, you know, celebrity life on the Food Network. Because for a while, they were just getting anybody. Right? If you had a good personality, they were like, let's give him a show. Let's see what we can do. 7 or so seasons? She did that? Was that how it started off? Like she was always just fucking getting plastered? Like people were just like, yeah. Yeah, Sandra. Yeah, Sandra. Fucking do that shit, Sandra. Oh, she gave it up when that happened? Gotcha. Shows you how much I paid attention to that. She cared more about her table scraps and cocktails than the food. Interesting. I like that K-Rate is like, Sandra is a national treasure. She's a fucking treasure. All right. There we go. There we go. So I was also thinking about this, and I was looking some stuff up, and I think it's not as much about when we're steaming this, because I was steaming it before, right? We were putting some water at the base. But I think it's a matter of like, you don't need so much steam in there all the time. So it's like just before we put this in, we'll hit it with some water, let the steam grow, and then put it in there. And that steam is just gonna help with the production of our bread, right? But it doesn't need to be in there the whole fucking time steaming away. That's what we want to avoid. Bread is one of those things that's just like, if you can nail it the first time, that's fucking awesome. I feel like so many people would be into baking if it was easy. But it's not. It's not really that easy. It takes time, it takes practice, you know? It takes a lot of things. Patience, resilience. I've had some friends that have been defeated by sourdough. Like, just defeated. In like the sad, you know, just like, I'd be like, oh, you were making some bread, right? And they're like, no, I gave up on that. And I was like, why? Why did you give up? Hey, Sweet Jane, one moment. Let me do this real quick. Just putting away dirty dishes, you know. Are those cupcakes? Huh? Or what cupcakes? Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's been doing very well today. As you can tell, it's Camp Zaza. We're still waiting for the merch to come in. Some of it has been shipped and it's on their way, so I can't wait to be able to show it off for you guys. If you're just tuning in to the channel, welcome in. My name's BB Bubs. We like to make happy little snack accidents on this stream. In the background here, we have some lovely chicken breasts that is sous videing right now or circulating in some salt and pepper and olive oil. Very simple, very lovely. We broke down a chicken. We put all of those leftover pieces, such as the tenders and the wings and the legs, we put those in the freezer so they can just be there when we need them to be, and no other time. We've also got a lovely bit of that carcass on the stove right now. We took that chicken, we're blanching it. It's actually probably good now. We can pour off this water and we can fill that back up with fresh, clean, cold water so that we can have a lovely, bit of chicken stock working while we do everything else. So we're going to do that right now. But while we're doing that, I'll tell you what else is on the stove over there, or next to the stove. We have some lovely ciabatta dough that we're putting together. So we've got 6 loaves that we're going to put in the oven soon. It's just a nice way to start your day with some fresh baked bread and some chicken sandwiches. So how are we going to make these chicken sandwiches? I feel like we're just at a point now where we can start measing out everything for that. That's what we're doing right now. Biddy Beth, we're doing our best Bob Ross impersonation. But because it's a terrible
5 minutes
impersonation.
Until 4:20. 5 minutes until 4:20.
But because it's a terrible impersonation, we call it Bub Ross. There's about a minute and a half until Cape Verde's wonderful 420. We celebrate it here on stream. Not because it's Cape Verde, but because it's 420, and that's when it happens. Thank Invisible Dimensions, I appreciate that. We're not going to stop there, though. We're not going to stop there. Yes, we smoke happy little trees as well. We're going to put together our sandwich, and we're just going to make a solid chicken sandwich. They didn't have any turkey, so we're gonna treat this like a turkey, but it's gonna be a chicken on ciabatta. We've got some tomatoes, we've got some shallot. It's gonna be wonderful. The water you hear, we're filling up our stock pot, so we can have just some nice chicken stock in the background. And then we can use that chicken stock whenever we want. So as I always say to people, please be sure, invest in whole chickens when going to the store. You get a variety of cuts. You get a carcass that you can use to make stock, either a roasted stock or a white stock. Invest. Chicken stocks, yeah. Invest in chicken stocks. Look. Happy 420, Cape Verde. First off, happy 420, Cape Verde.
Smoke weed every day.
Second off, I understand that in a time where money's tight, the best investment you can make is in chicken stocks, or beef stocks, or pork stocks, hell, even veg stocks. In the truest culinary term. Buy low, sell high. Exactly. Exactly. Because you don't go high to the market, you go sober, okay? That's really important. Don't go to the market high. Because if you're hungry and you're high, you're going to buy nothing but crap. We'll see. I'm probably going to get crossfaded days. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of alcohol in there. I didn't pour a ton. But I will say that Jess and I are going to go watch the Golden Knights game today. So if you guys don't know, the Golden Knights are Vegas's hockey team, and they are in the Stanley Cup playoffs against the Florida Panthers. And the Knights have them 3-1. So this could easily end tonight. And Vegas could walk away with its first Stanley Cup. And it's only been around for like 7 years. That would be pretty massive. That would be pretty massive. So if we do that, if we win that today, there's going to be some craziness coming out of Vegas. More so. Because it's not going to be a tourist thing. It's going to be a locals thing. It's gonna be a locals thing. If you guys don't know already, holy shit. Holy shit. I remember, okay, so my realtor was taking Jess and I around looking at all these homes, right? And we saw this one. And the guy was such a massive Knights fan. He had an emblem on the bottom of his pool. The outside was like, he had an outdoor kitchen bar with TVs and all that. I was like, God damn, this is a sick setup, dude. But I was also like, yeah, damn. So basically, it just had a ton of merch up there. And we were like, obviously, these people are Knights fans. And our realtor was just like, yeah. Never had a team before. We don't know how to act. And it was so funny. It was so funny the way he said that. Because he was just like, the way he was just like, yeah, you finally get a team. You don't know how to act. He said it with such like, it was in such a way that it was not something he just thought of. It's like, that motherfucker is just like, nah, man. It's like, people, idiots. Idiots. Like, I think he was also kind of like, yo, this is a very fresh team. Who knows if it's going to last? All these people spending money on all this stuff for their homes. What if this team goes under? Right? They didn't build a stadium. They didn't build a stadium for the Knights. But it's definitely used for the Knights. But it's just like, oh my God. You know, it's not like Allegiant. Allegiant Stadium was built for the Raiders. I feel like. Whoever's supposed to come visit New England, people go insane up here. I think it's more just wasting time that it's just like, it's such a fresh town for now having home teams for sports. Golden Knights, Raiders, we have a WNBA team. We might be getting the Athletics. There's a minor league baseball and a minor league soccer team. But I feel like all of that is within the past 10 years. So it's like just all of a sudden like locals are stoked because they have like, they're like, we should have always had this. We're a town, you know? We're a town for this. Like, why don't we have that? So, I don't know. Hayes, you've been here the longest. Minor league stuff's probably been going on for a minute, I would imagine, right? But the major stuff, like the Golden Knights was the first big team, and that's only been here for 7 years. Yeah. But it's cool. It's fucking cool. It's fucking way cool. I mean, like, I was up in Portland. You got the Trailblazers, the Blazers for NBA. Major stuff just happened 7 years ago. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, so this town really has become like, the locals have become like, yeah. You know, if you think about it, it's like, the thing about Vegas is I can imagine the biggest issue for locals living here is that they just feel unseen and uncared for because it's such a tourist city. So when stuff like this starts happening, they're like, yes. But we're not real fans. I see. Finally started my donation. This guy took forever to get to me. That's how it goes, I imagine. Shit doesn't make sense. You know, I've never been a big, like, sports fan in general, like, knowing the stats, knowing the players, knowing all the ins and outs. But since we moved here and Jess and I are like, all right, this is our city now. This is our city. It's Raiders and it's Golden Knights, and there's some, like, minor league teams. We were both like, well, let's get into hockey, and we can do some other minor league stuff. Still has a big draw, and the Golden Knights have their minor league farm team in Henderson, the Henderson Silver Knights. Yeah, Jess and I went to that place. We didn't realize that, and when we went there, we're like, oh, so yeah, the minor league stuff is cool, and we were kind of like, we should get into that. B-Rye, I totally want to go to a game. I know that the Knights games right now, the Golden Knights are, I never had a reason to be a sports fan because I was born and raised here, but the Knights gave me a yeah, exactly. It gives you some hometown pride, you know, and that's to me. I'm like, yeah, that's great. All right, here we go. All right, we're creating some steam. I did a Ducks at Golden Knights game. It was nice. Oh no shit! Wait, K-Raid. Wait a minute. K-Raid, are you out here? What? Did you just out yourself? Gonna look up tickets. Well, be right. Yeah, tickets for yeah. Shit goes loco. I don't give a shit about Raiders games. No, Anaheim. Got it. Okay. Yeah, see, like, I love that Anaheim is as close it is. Anaheim is a fucking 3.5 hour drive in good traffic. So I went to see my team out there. Totally fair. Yeah, they're super expensive. I saw that. All right, we're putting in our bread. We've got our ciabatta. Yeah, they're expensive right now. I ain't gonna see a game over there right now, but yeah, I heard they're really expensive. I don't understand that. Like, why so expensive? It's like a locals hockey team. And they're still expensive as a damn Vegas. I know, that's a bummer, because I'm just like, come on. Come on, where's the local code? Is there a locals code? Give me a locals code. But then I go, how much are like box seats? Are they one of those places that's kind of like, all right, but if you're local, dig this. Dig this. Like, this is how much a ticket costs, right? Okay. But this is how much these cost. And if you get a group of people to go in on something like